Hey, hello scrappers. Hope everyone's doing good, making some good scrap finds and whatnot. I thought I'd do a little video, probably kind of a short one tonight, breaking some of these smaller motors down. I had, let's see if I can turn this, down on that shelf right there. I've got a few, sorry about that, got a few of them tore down there. And I got a couple other bigger motors there to the back. But trying to kind of get that shelf cleaned off. So, gonna kind of show how to do these. Looking at that monitor, everything looks pretty blurry. I don't know if that's that looks a little better. It wasn't real tight, maybe it was just kind of messing with me. Yeah, this day here has been in kind of a rush. Got to work this morning, and me and the other 7 o'clock tech were drinking the coffee and whatnot and getting ready to clock in, and the team leader comes in, and I guess 5 o'clock guys are having all kinds of trouble, so wanted us to clock in early, so we clocked in about 10 minutes early. Of course, then we took off about 20 minutes early from work, headed home. But just about home, get a call from a guy that had some scrap metal for me. He was going to meet me in Newcastle, but he sent me a text message and I didn't see it. And then, so then he called me. I'm just about home, so he said he'd bring it on by. So I got home, ate dinner and whatnot, and then he came by, and the wife wanted to run up the store, do some shopping. So I told her, well, let's go now, because I was just soaked in sweat. So let's go now so I can cool off a little bit. Yeah, I went and cut the wires off this little pull switch. I probably shouldn't have cut the wires. I could have saved that. You never know when one of those might come in handy. But I'm sure I'll get plenty more of these things before the year's over. Of course, check. So it's not sticking, so it could be brass or it could be aluminum. So I'll have to check that. And a lot of times these, I guess you didn't see that, but I was checking the little piece off the switch. By looking at the threads, it's probably brass. A lot of times these little chains here are brass. I had a viewer, I guess the extreme close-ups were kind of getting to him, so. Okay, I got a nut in here that probably needs to come out. It's got loose wires coming out of there. I'm going to see if it'll come apart without it. If not, I'll have to run in and grab a deep socket. Unless I try metric. Sometimes getting these apart can be a little challenging. Ceiling fans, they're not bad, but none of these are real generous in copper, any of these little motors here. Yeah, see if I can just do it with a hammer. So I got the shopping done. It's 6:30 in the afternoon. I had a woman call yesterday. Has some scrap. Tried calling her back last night. Got her answering machine. I gotta get the screws out on that side. Might help. Left a message and she never got back with me. So I'll have to give her a call here in a little bit. And then I had another guy call today. call him here in a little while. Sometimes it's not enough hours in a day. We're past the summer solstice now, so our days are going to, daylight's going to start cutting off here little by little. Start getting dark earlier. Yeah. Hitting this at an angle usually works. I may have to pan up a little bit so you guys, I might be doing some of this stuff out of the view of the camera. This thing kind of pops and jerks kind of quick sometimes. That would probably help. Yeah, let me okay, I'm going to guess it at about 21 maybe. It can be hard to get off here sometimes. Probably need to cut that flush so I can even get in there. The wire's out of the way. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I gotta grab my impact real quick. This winter I think I'm going to try to take some time and sit down and really figure out what do I need in this room and what do I not, or in the other room, one of them. So I'm thinking, do I need storage or do I need room for the tools? I really need just tools. I don't really need a storage area out here, I don't think. I might free up some wall space and then I can get all the tools in one area and maybe majority of them. Of course, I haven't decided if I'm going to, I might try to get some spray foam insulation and just try to insulate the ceiling and some of the walls, and maybe put up a wall in there and it's easier to heat that other area. Okay, there's that piece of it. Missed my bucket. And magnet sticks to that, so got some aluminum in it. There, you can see it in that side. Okay, so here's a nice pretty copper. You know, I'll just try to cut each one of the loops and pry it out the back side. That should go fairly quick. I'm going to put that on the shelf. Main thing tonight, just break these down. Then I might do another video cleaning those up. And I'm done with my 1/2-inch impact for now. A lot of these got nuts on the back side. Okay, that one's wanting to jump. Usually just holding your finger on the nut will usually work. It's not going to work in that case though. Whole thing's turning. Try this one. So I'll have to grab that one with the pliers. Having that hole right there in the workbench works pretty good because I can take that shaft and put it down in there. And then I can get good weight and leverage on the head of that screw. So I think this one here, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It looks like it was stripped out a little bit. Not super bad. Chunk of rubber. Okay, now this one doesn't have screws, but it's got tabs that are folded over. Well, they're just basically a flat screwdriver is all you need. Now you guys that scrap for a living, this video is really just entertainment for you guys. So I know this is probably something you guys will probably never do unless it's the dead of winter and you just can't get out there and pick stuff up if you put anything aside like this. But I know the name of the game for you guys is mainly tin, shred. That's where you're going to make your, that's really where I make my most money. Not per pound, but overall. And I know you guys that work good for a living, volume is the key. A lot of times for scrapping, the main tools is wire cutters and a hammer, angle grinder, of course a magnet. And to get this off, it's got one of the clips here, so I got to get that out of the way. I can get tight on it. Well, get a bite on it. Okay, I think I got all those ready to go. And I might need the screwdriver yet. Pretty sure I'm done with the drill. Thinking about it, I want to remind everybody of my Amazon affiliate link. I'll put a description or a link to it in the description, video description below. Once you get the tabs pulled or the screws out, one thing you can do that part. Of course, that's going to leave you with this piece. Now you can try to get a hold of it here and kind of work your way around, but I'll show you here in a few minutes how I do those. Which one thing, once I get this far, cut the wires off, get them out of the way. Yeah, I got a zip tie here. Got one here. And if you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate it if you would, at least consider it. I'm getting a pretty good library of these videos, teardown videos. Then I show loads I pick up, loads I take to the scrap yard. Okay, once we're to this point, I'll take the angle grinder and make a cut across there. Sometimes maybe two. It takes the tightness off. That way the thing's not so tight around there. And a few taps. A few taps that come right off. I'm probably going to do some experimenting on this tape. Sometimes this tape comes off pretty easy, but I'm thinking about maybe I got a drill with a wire wheel on it. I may try that, or I can take it to the bench grinder on the wire wheel and see how it does with the strings and with that tape. See if that wire wheel will do it. If not, I may hit it with a grinder real quick, you know, just the edge of the grinder, and grind the strings down. And then from there, maybe the wire wheel might finish cleaning it up. Now this other motor, yeah, my watch button got pulled out. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up or not, but you got the copper loop it right in this area. So I'm going to try to just cut right around this edge with the angle grinder and see what I can do. Yeah, the nut at this end and the shaft at that end is all pretty rusted up. And I'm probably going to have to get that nut out of there. I wouldn't doubt it. I guess I'll stick it in the vise. Let's move the camera over.
Yeah, maybe too close, huh?
And they try to get that nut off of there. Pushing this breakaway on there. WD-40 might. I don't know which one will work better. Okay, now I'll figure out what size. I think that's about it right there. ½ inch. Okay. We have a new magnetic bit holder there on the end, and that thing holds them bits in there pretty good. Got to get a pair of pliers to pull them out of there. So I got a ½ inch socket here on the adapter. I'll put it right on the drill. And that's Stanley too. Twisted the end right off of that. Yeah, twisted the end right off that Stanley bit. And it says it's rated for impacts. So I'm thinking instead of this, I might run in the other room and grab a breaker bar. That's 3/8 drive, so. I don't know if anybody likes thoughts to ponder, but the guy at work asked me a good question, which these are all standard, you know, this ½ inch, but you know, the question was, why do they make metric sockets, you know, with ½ inch or 3/8 drive, a 1/4 inch? You know, if they're metric at this end, why aren't they metric at the other end? Think on that one for a little bit. Like, because here in America, everybody has pretty much standard, maybe. But yet a lot of our products we get have metric hardware. I thought it was a pretty good question. Well, I think it's turning, but I don't know what it's turning. Shaft I don't think is. But this nut is not coming unscrewed, unless it's coming unscrewed inside. But to speed things up here, let's put that back in our drill. I don't need that little nub on the end, that'll lock it in. I don't know, that's good. Well, I think I'm safe to, looks like that cut is just barely past where the copper is. Okay, what do I got here? So I'm going to try to do just like that with the Sawzall. I guess I need to pan down a little bit there, don't I? I'm way too high. Pan down or back out something. I was headed for the edge. Yeah, I cut into it a little bit. Yeah, that got that off of there. Yeah, I cut into the copper a little bit. I ruined it. No, not really. But hey, it is copper. That's nice to know. Now I guess to really get that out of there, because it's kind of pressed in, I'll have to do kind of what I did with those, maybe make a cut or two. So, back to the other table. It's been a little cooler here now. It's been in the 80s. Getting a lot of rain. I think we're probably supposed to get rain again tonight. And I'm done with that for right now. I could take a little time one of these days and clean the workbench off. Got a faucet up there. A lot of stuff I need to get cleaned off. Okay, here we go. See if that freed up enough. Might see if I can. Yeah, I may end up having to cut it here too, just to. I hope that. I hope everything's not rusted together. It very well could be. I think it's something moving there, though, I think. Looks like it's probably moved a little bit. Okay, I'll go ahead and pull that screw. Change bits again. Cut the wires. That goes to the brushes. Brush retainer, I guess. Brush holder retainer, whatever you want to call it. And of course that one wants to strip. Of course. Okay, we'll just make a little bit of brass there. Yep, the screw won't come out. Hammer time. There's a lot of comments I get. I try to take it out with a screw or something, and a lot of people say, "I would have just used a hammer, a sledgehammer." Take it by force. Okay. Open it up like a flower. Okay, there's that piece. Still held on by wires. Yeah, probably 4 to 6 ounces of copper there. And then this piece, we got left, I usually don't try to unwind these. A lot of shellac, you got to get all these little insulators out of there. So I'll just try to cut it down here somewhere, and might stick it in the vise and see if I can finish one of these cuts out here. But I've got a bucket that I throw these in, basically copper bearing motors. You can put small transformers in there, stuff like that. Most yards will have that. Basically, I just got to get that cut. Have that down somewhat secure, and go back at it with the sawzall. That's not going to work. Clamp it down good on the shaft itself, and just let it fall on the floor. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to hold secure. I was right. Hey, you guys want to see what I'm doing? Yeah. Sorry about that. I tried sticking the bigger end in the vise, that didn't work. It fell out. So now I've got the shaft in there. There it is. Yeah, I wanted to kind of keep this video short and sweet. Kind of pressed for time. It says 7 o'clock now. I usually call it a night at 7 anyway. I got to get in there and get the video uploaded and everything. But now I'll take that and throw that in my copper bearing motor bucket. And that's pretty well it for getting them broke down to where now I can just cut the copper out of them, and maybe 5 to 7 pounds of copper there. And I got a couple more motors on the back of the shelf there, and then a couple motors there on the floor. Of course, I still have this big stack over here on the floor. I'll get to them eventually. Maybe, nothing else this winter. I got plenty of time. I'll have a lot more time this winter when I'm not out picking stuff up. Summertime, I just mainly want to bring this stuff in. I got 3 of these little augers that come out of the ice in the door reservoir from side-by-side refrigerators. You got a little bit of aluminum here, you got a little copper, so those are worth pulling. That's about all I pull out of refrigerators anymore. Just pull them out and move them on. Okay, I'm going to call it quits on this video. It's been fun. Get in there and get this uploaded so you guys can watch it. I'll have it go live. Yeah, it'll be live at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's usually when I have to go live, and this will be Thursday morning. I really should have had it ready for this morning, but a little busy. Like I say, I've still got a couple people to call. My ad comes out tomorrow, so I'm probably going to get real busy again. I finally got my trailer unloaded Sunday. It was started early and finished up late. Of course, did some running around in between. But the trailer was loaded for 2 weeks. So, my car hauler. I still had the utility trailer and my small trailer for others' loads, so yeah, no telling what the next 2-3 months will bring. I think I got July, August, and September Those months should all be pretty busy, and then October it'll slow down. I may go ahead and try to keep running the ad through the winter, you know, with my local limitations on there. My little staging trailer is getting pretty full. I should actually today's Wednesday's metal shacks open late tomorrow, so I should have probably tried to get a load loaded up, but man, just like I say, not enough hours in the day. Next year, when I retire, I'll have more time. I'll have every day I could take it in then. But kind of enjoying it out here. It's humid, but it's not real hot. It's a whole lot more bearable than it was the last couple weeks. And you people up there in Oregon or Washington, man, I feel for you, because most of you guys up there don't have air conditioning, or at least when I lived up there we didn't. But at 108, 111, that's just crazy. It doesn't get that hot down here usually, except maybe the heat index. But I'm going to get off here, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.